All right, class, now we're going to do our notes on lesson 2.2, which is scaling rates. So we're going to talk about today, what is a rate? So a rate is a comparison of measures with two different units. So if you look at two different things that we're measuring that have different units and you compare them, that's a rate. So there's millions of examples you can come up with for rates. You could figure out how many miles to gallons. So like miles per gallon is what we say a lot of times. How many sandwiches to people, so how many sandwiches each person gets. How many dollars per hour, so that's like figuring out how much money someone makes per hour. The calories to ounces, kilometers to hours. There's so many different things that we could do, okay? So we're just gonna go through an example showing you one use of a rate. So we have Julie can drive her car 400 miles at a steady speed using 16 gallons of gas. So we're going to make a rate table to show the number of miles she can get her car for 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10 gallons of gas. How far is she going to be able to go for each of those? All right, so what we need to do is if we know how many miles we can go for 16 gallons, we want to figure out, well, how many miles can we go for 1 gallon? So we're going 400 miles for 16 gallons. So we can write that as a ratio. And then we just divide it out, and that's going to tell me how many miles per 1 gallon. All right, so if I grab my calculator, 400 divided by 16 is 25. So we're going 25 miles for 1 gallon of gas. All right, so that's when you divide it out, that's how many miles for 1 gallon. So then right here, if we fill in our chart, 1 gallon then is 25 miles. All right, so then we can keep going with that. If 1 gallon is 25 miles, 2 gallons, we would just take 2 sets of 25. So 2 times 25 would be 50 miles that we could go. Okay, and then 3 gallons, 3 sets of 25 would be 75 miles that we could go. So we're just following the pattern of that we're taking the number of gallons times 25, because that's how much we get for 1 gallon. So 4 times 25 would then be 100. 5 times 25 would be 125. Then 150, 175, 200, 225, and 250. So again, I'm taking my number of gallons and I'm taking it times 25 to get my number of miles, since there are 25 miles for every gallon that we get. All right, so then thinking about that, now it's saying how many gallons of gas would you need to go 515 miles? Okay, so this time we're kind of reversing it. Last time we knew the gallons and we were trying to find the miles. So we took the gallons times 25 to figure out our miles. Okay, so now if we know the mileage and we want to figure out the gallons, we just do the reverse, which instead of multiplying by 25, to go backwards, it would be dividing by 25. Okay, so if I take this divided, oops, sorry, you can't quite see that. There we go. So if we take our mileage and we divide it by 25, that's how many gallons we would need to go that many miles. So here we have 515 miles. Oops, 515 there. Rewrite that, sorry. 515 miles divided by 25 gallons would get me how far? Well, let's see. 515 divided by 25 would give me 20.6 gallons. All right, so that's how much gas we would need to go that many miles. All right, and that's it for your notes for section 2.2.